Hey everybody, Penzo here. I originally had another video that I was going to do today, but the puzzle that I was doing accidentally split into two different solutions, so I could not share that video with you. But here's one that will hopefully be nice as well. These are two Japanese sums puzzles by Silke Berendes from the 6th WPF Puzzle GP 2022 round. Germany, my country. Anyways, yeah, the rules of Japanese sums. This is not really a genre that I do well. I sort of understand it, but it is still kind of difficult for me. So we've got to place a digit from the specified list. So these are just 1 to 9 Japanese sums. So we can apply kakuro logic, but yeah. No digit appears more than once in each row or column. Cells may remain empty. Numbers outside the grid indicate all sums of continuous groups of digits, including a single digit, along that row or column in positional order. Groups are separated by empty cells. So for example, for this 355 going down, what we can do is we can get a 3, we can have a 5, and then we can have like a 4 and a 1, right? So that would satisfy the 355. Just as an example. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Alrighty, I can, my eyes are just immediately drawn to 40 over here. It's going to be, in kakuro, when you see a 40, it's only in a 7 group, missing like a 5 sum, so missing 1 4 or missing 2 3, or it's in an 8 group missing a 5. So this one has to span at least 7 cells. Let's mark used cells with, let's use this light green. So there's definitely something here. $35 and 5 also catches my eye because 35 is at least 5 digits. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if it is 5 digits, then the 5 has to be 2 cells. So there is also the case where the 35 is 6 digits, which would force the 5 to be 1 because it's separated. So these fill out like this. The 1 and the 4 is interesting because the 4, the only way to make it with 2 digits is 1 and 3. So that means if there is another 1 clue, then there can't be a 1 3 pair as well lower down. So this cell here is on its own and it is going to be a 4. Let's, yeah, make it a little bit thicker here. Wait. I did logic wrong, whoops. Let me quickly redo that. I did the already in the wrong row. There, this is what we had. We'll shade this, but we're not sure whether this is the 1 or the 4. That being said, there's definitely a 1 or a 4 in the 40 sum, so the missing digits here are either 2, 3, or 5. So what else can we do? 12 is definitely a group of 2 or, I guess, 3 digits. 17 is 2 or more. And yeah, since the first 2 groups are both 2 or more, this is, whoops, this cell is definitely occupied. This is the 12. This is going to be the 17. And it can either take one more, or it can just be a 2 group. Oh, but here we have our... I think we have a nice bit of logic that we can do here. Can we? Actually, I'm not sure if we can. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I thought there was going to be something with the 5 and the 8 over here because these two numbers already sum to 8. I'm not sure. I wasn't sure if we could add a third number here or not with the 3. But let's not touch that for now. What I do see here with the 3 and the 5 and the 5 is that one of these 5s is made up of a 1-4 pair, and the other 5 is just on its own. So what we can say is that this is going to be either a 4 or a 5. I'm just going to use positional pencil marks here. This is a 4 or a 5, meaning this is going to be a 7 or an 8, and it's got to be a 7 because the 8 is a 2-cell region. Yeah, okay, I guess the thing I saw earlier wasn't off that much after all. So we've got a 5, a 7, and a 1. And this is going to gray out these 2 cells. Now, because this is a 1, we cannot have the 1 out of the 1-4 here. So this has to be the 4. This at the bottom is grayed. Now, this is either a 3 if this is a single, or if it's a double, it's a 1 and a 2, which means for the 35, it does in fact take up 6 cells. This at the top is a 5, and that means it's by itself over here. You know what? Let's mark off the cells which we definitely have here. 5 and the 8 and the 4, we've solved those. Cool. What's next? What's next? Yeah, let's pencil mark in 1, 2, 3 here. Here's a nonogrammy deduction we can make for the 6th column. It's a 15, a 16, and an 8. The 15 and the 16 both span 2 cells, so the 16 definitely touches this used cell, which means the 8 is by itself down here. That means the region at the left, that's got to be a 3. 3 is crossed off, 8 is crossed off. This could be an 8-5 for the 13, or it can be an 8-1-4. We don't know that yet. Although for the 17, that is an 8-9 pair. Both of those could still work with the 14 at the top. All right, sorry, I just had to take a call, so I paused real quick. But now I'm back. So, where were we? Right. Well, this 4D is going to take 7 cells now. And these are going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 because they have to add up to the missing no, that I'm not pencil marking that. But they have to add up to 35. We said at the beginning that this was either going to be a 7 or an 8 cell run. So yeah, this definitely goes all the way to the end now. (15) and 16, we've said these are both at least 2, so this cell is occupied. We've got 2 8s here. It's got to be 1 singleton and 1 pair. So they definitely make a pattern like this or like that. And it can't be this being the single 8 because that's going in the 5 row, so this here is going to be an 8. And the only way to make that work with the 9 clue here is to shade this to make this 1. That works for the 9. And now for the 6 here, that's going to be either a single or a 2-4 pair. It can't be a 1-5 pair anymore. And it can't be a 3 because that's 1, 2, 3. So these are all shaded. Yeah, meaning the 16 just goes up 2. That is a 9-7 pair. And because 9 is too big for the 6, 7, 8 row, it is 7 here and 9 down there. That means the 15 can't have a 7, 8, or a 9 in it. That means it's got to occupy 3 cells, and it is a 4, 5, 6. 4 goes in the top row because it's 5, 5, 5. That means this is 4, 1. Let's just mark this as 5, 6 real quick. That's 4, 1. This 1 is on its own. Here, we've got a 1 at the top. 5, 6 in the 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that takes 1 more. This is going to be a 2, 3 pair now. 2, 3. 2, 3. And the 1, it takes a 4 either going up or down. Down would make that a 4 for the 6 clue, so that does not work. That means we're doing it like this. We have the 3 up here. That's a 2. That's a 6. It's going to connect to a 1 here, and that gives us our 3 rows on the left. I mean 3 columns. That's the 7. For the 8 over here, since we have a 5, 6, no, we can't have a 6 anymore because we have a 6 on the left now. That's going to give us that. And, oh yeah, we need the 9, and that goes to a 9, 2. This 2 has to connect to the 26. That's the 11 done. This singleton region has to be 9 now. And what numbers are we missing for 26? That's going to be 9 missing in this region. Can't be 4, 5, can't be 3, 6, can't be 2, 7. So this is a 1, 8 pair, which I don't think we can resolve yet, but we can mark that down. Either way, if it's 1 or if it's 8, this, no, right, it can't be 8 because I was looking at the 14 by accident. But yeah, this region at the top is limited to 8, so this has got to be a 1. This has got to be 8. And this cell at the bottom is a 4. That goes with a 2 for 6. And that's the 8 satisfied. So this singleton region here is going to be a 6. There's the 7, and we need an 8 on the right side. Right, this 8 goes to the right for sure, which means it's got to connect here for the 17. However, this next cell has to be great because this 13 sum, it's missing 5, and the 5 cannot be made out of 3 numbers. So we have our guaranteed 5 here. Whoops. This is 8, this is 9. Our missing number here is going to be 7. And 6 is needed here. 2, 3 are missing from this row, so we need a 5 and an 8. Those just solved by Sudoku. And the 17, that needs a 4. And that's done. We are finished with our first Japanese sums puzzle. Now let's go to our second puzzle here. These are both marked with the same number of points. So yeah, they should be roughly the same difficulty as well. We've got some interesting small sums here. We have a 1, 2, 3, we have 6, 6, 6. The one that catches my eye here is the 10, 11, 12. These are all 3 of these need at least 2 cells. And in an 8 cell row, let's get our, where was that unshaded green? Okay, this is fine. Wait, is there a better green? I should really do this stuff ahead of time. This one's fine. There we have our 2 dominoes here. The 1, 2, 3 at the bottom, well, that means it's got to be 3 singleton regions of 1, 2, and 3. This 2 has to be a singleton region of 2 as well. And we can't have 2 here because if we have 1 here, then the 2 and the 1 region on the right are broken. We need a bigger thing here, so let's shade that. 37 is made up of at least 6 digits. That's 35 plus 2. So we can unshade the 4 cells in the middle. 23, that's made up out of at least 3. Which means this cell here in the middle, that's got to be a part of the 2 group, and there's got to be a singleton for the 5 at the top. So let's get these in here. 5, 2, and that 2 is part of the 11. That's got to be a 9 here. So that's got to be the first 9 group at the top. 4, 9, that means the second one here is a singleton 4, and that's a pair making a 9 for our third number here. We did say all the things at the bottom were singletons, so these 2 are not numbered, and the 23 goes 1 up. So this is either 2 or 3, depending on if there's a number here or not. Which means the number above is going to be... I can't do math, that's 7 or 6. Right, and the 23 is a sum of 6, 8, 9. So let's pencil mark that in real quick. This one at the bottom, in the middle here, can't be 9 because it's a 3, 8, 8 row. It can be an 8 or it can be a 6 with a 2 next to it. I should have gotten this much earlier here, but the 5, that's got to have a 1 next to it. And the other 2 6s, well, one of them can be the 6 by itself, but the other one would require 2 cells at least. Yeah, I mean, one is a 6 and one is a 2, 4 pair. So the 2, 4 pair, it's got to be on the right side, which makes the 6 go on the left by itself. The 11 here goes down. So that is a pair making a 5. And this is shaded. The 1 is a singleton. And then there's got to be a pair to make the 10 here, which can't touch this cell because this cell being in the last 2, that's got to be part of the 9. So this is a 10 pair over here. This can be a single or a double for the 4, but the 5 and the 6, these take up 2 spaces and make the middle here shaded, which means this thing here, well, that's got to be a 4. So that pushes the 2 either to the left side or the right side, but we cannot have a 2 here because then how are we going to make this 2? We can't. That's got to be a singleton 2, so 2 gets moved to the left side here. That's the 4, and that's the 7. And those are the 5 and the 6, and our first row is done anyways, so let's mark that off. Right, we have 3 regions here in the 4th row. That's got to be 2 singletons here with a space in the middle. That means, well, first of all, that's 7, that's 8. And that is going to be a 5 for our second thing in the second to last column. That goes with the 7 to make 12. The 7, well, it's got to go down to make 1 contiguous region. And now we need 3 regions in the 5th row. So those are 2 single cell regions as well. Whoops. That's a 5, and that is a 3. 6783, that is 24. That's perfect. And our 2 is down here, and that connects to the 37. Let's shade these in. I don't know if that's shaded or not yet. Eight, that definitely goes down at least 1, but it cannot go down 2. So this is shaded. That means we know two cells can, two single cell sums cannot go on the left side, so one has to go on the right side, making this 3 and this 2. That gives us 7 over here. And the 3 for a 6, that gives us a 3, 2, 1 triple. So we gotta enter that like so. 2 goes with the 8 to make a 6 here. For the 18, we need 5 in these 2 cells. We don't know how that goes for sure yet, but the 1 or the 2 goes at the top, and the 3 or the 4 goes at the bottom. Well, the 37 definitely goes one more to the left then, since we have a 1 and a 2, and either a 3 or a 4. That means there's 30 or 31 numbers left over. That's 4 cells. The 3 here, because there's a 2 on the right, that can't be a 1-2 pair. That's got to be a single cell 3. And that completes the 8. Oh yeah, duh, this 8 here is also single. And what does that give us? That's a 6 and a 9. That is a 6 and a 9. I don't actually know what that gives us. Right, well, we have a 1. Like, either this is going to be a 1 or this is going to be a 1. And these are both 9s, so it's going to be an 8 and a 9 on in the 2 left cells. So what's the sum going to be? It's 8, 9, 7, that's 24. 1, 2, that is 27. So these 2 numbers here, this one is a 3 or a 4, this one is a 6 or a 9, they've got to add up to 10. That means this number is a 6. Here's a 4. That gives us the rest of this group here. That's a 9. This has to be a 6, which for the 10, that matches up with a 4. That gives us a 2. For this 11. Wait, no, I can't read. There's a 1 at the top here. That means I didn't even have to do all that complicated stuff. This is just 1, 8, 9 at the bottom here. So this 10, it can't be a 1, 9, it can't be a 2, 8, it can't be a 3, 7, it's got to be a 4, 6. And that goes this way around because of the 6 at the top. And this is a 1, which makes this, whoops, a 3. And I think that satisfies all numbers. So that is our Japanese sums done. It's definitely taken me a much longer time to do this than it would take on the contest itself, but I hope I went through it pretty decently here. And I hope you can do this much faster than me. because I certainly had a big struggle on this. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll try to do more videos like this in the future. Hopefully my scanning abilities develop a little bit better. And see you around.